My name is Michael Hawley, and I am Mr. Death Doula. A death doula offers services in 4 different areas to support people at the end of life and their families. I believe that death is not a medical event, it's actually a life event, and it's actually just the reverse process of birth. But we don't handle it that way. We make it much more difficult than it needs to be, and I'm committed to everyone having a good death, not dying alone, and for those that are left behind, for them to be complete. A friend of mine had metastatic breast cancer. Her name is Nancy, and she had just gotten the diagnosis that she was 5 years clean and was cancer-free. And suddenly, it was back, and it was everywhere. So she started the course of treatments, as anybody would at that time, and quickly decided that's not what she wanted to do. She came over for lunch and dinner on the 4th of July, and she never left. I took care of her. I managed her medicine. I arranged a team of people so that Nancy was never alone. The only thing that mattered to me was the quality of Nancy's life in the last few weeks of her life. I've never felt more alive than when I'm supporting someone at that point in their life. And looking back all the way to the AIDS crisis in San Francisco in the 80s, I took care of countless people that were at the end of their lives. I find it the most rewarding thing that I could possibly do. Death is a process, and most people don't have a lot of experience with how it would go, and that's frightening. The hospice industry has grown into a business that is controlled by Medicare. So what's missing is any sense of connection to the patient. They're doing a job. It has become more and more a business and less about a family taking care of their own. I function as a holistic member of the team, uniting the medical team, the family, and the patient, facilitating the communication between them and the family and the medical team if necessary. I am also a partner during the journey and what's needed, developing plans for any legacy projects that they'd like to leave, or actually helping them understand what choices they have for the celebration of life and how they want that. Regular visits, including being present at the vigil, and then grief support during the process and after for the family.
During my mom's final days, we were in the hospital with her, and Michael was able to be there with us and be a bridge for me, because I was obviously in a lot of grief and sadness in the moment. When that time did finally come, Michael was able to help me, guide me through that part. He helped me figure out who to call for the mortuary, who to notify of her passing. These are all things I didn't know before having to go through this experience. One of the surprising things that showed up for me was we actually had a lot of laughter and joy. So we brought a lightness to what has always been to me a very serious time. There was room for levity. Michael is always a guidance and a support for what I wanted, and what I wanted was something that was magical and an exceptional day that celebrated the life of somebody who was truly special. And that was my mom. Going through the process of a family member passing away is so overwhelming and confusing, and Michael's expertise makes it something that I would never want to go through again, but I'm so glad that he was there for the support during that time.
If you or someone that you love is facing a terminal illness, you don't need to do it alone. Please reach out, let's have a conversation, and see how we can best work together to make the transition as good as possible for you and your loved ones.